Today we're going to build the Super Avante TD4, so sit back and enjoy the video. Welcome back to the channel today. Hopefully you enjoyed the unboxing and the hop-up options video that I did. I'll put the link above, you can check that one out. But obviously today on the channel we're going to build the TD4 Super Avante chassis. So there's a bit of a sneak peek of what we've done, what we've come up with. It was an absolutely beautiful build, something completely different from Tamiya, something completely different that I've built. We put all those hop-ups in there. They all went together very, very nice. So enough with the chatting. We'll head over to the build. We'll do a bit of a montage of the build. I'll do some sort of voiceovers to let you know how the build's going. If there's anything interesting, I'll pop back over here, let you know of any things to look out for or how the build's going. So sit back and enjoy the build, and as always hit like and subscribe. Your support is very much appreciated on the channel. So you can already tell how quality and high-end this kit will be. The rear gears are absolutely butter smooth. There's no play in them. Fantastic by Tamiya, and definitely a high-quality build so far. A little bit of a tip for step 3 there. All of these MA5 screws here that hold the back housing down. Just be careful not to over-tighten those. It is very, very easy to strip those. And also just pay attention to putting the foam here on the K17 part. Obviously it's for dust protection. A little bit fiddly to do that one, but you'll get the hang of it. Moving on to step 4, attaching the rear damper stays. A few things going on in this step here. I went for the A22, which is the shorter wing mounts. Now there are some longer ones in the kit as well, but we'll go with this and see what it looks like. So far so good, happy with the build. I've encountered my first issue with the build in step 5, and it is in relation to the motor that I wanted to run. Now the Tamiya motors obviously don't have the wires on the top there. The motor doesn't actually fit in, so that may be an issue with people wanting to run aftermarket motors. So I'll have to switch back to the BZ motor option until we can get something a little bit different on the brushless front. Now after the little issue trying to fit the brushless motor, we've opted for the Tamiya BZ Superstock motor. And remember guys, with that slipper clutch you need to put in the 48 pitch gearing. Now I've gone with the 25 tooth just to start with, and then we can always swap that around. Okay, so up next we're going to build the rear ball diff. Went together pretty good. As you can see, the tolerances and the quality, we've got some shims in there, full bearings, and obviously I upgraded to the TD4 differential nut and screw set as well over the factory ones. So once you get the rear diff built, we move on to steps 7, 8 and 9. We're starting to really put the back of the car together here, closing up that gearbox, getting these rear arms sorted. So a little bit different to what we're used to seeing. The sort of hinge pin design there is something new. So far so good, and really enjoying the build. Okay, so I've just done the rear axles, attached the rear axles, and then we've worked on the rear suspension. Now I've left the standard shocks from the kit at this stage, I have put some soft DTO2 rear springs that are blue on, and I did use some spacers in the rear shocks. I think they were around about 2 or 3 mil spacers, just to make it a little bit lower to the ground, and I did use the Tamiya soft oil rather than the hard oil that comes in the kit. Step 20, we're installing the servo. So if you are going to use the SPT servo or a servo of your own, this one here I had to use the additional spacers just to make sure that the servo mounts were level with the bottom of the servo. So just pay attention to that there in the manual. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a recap from steps 1 through to 20, and basically just my first impressions of building the car. Now it's coming together quite nicely. It's like nothing else I've ever built from Tamiya. The plastics are definitely different than the normal plastics. It's probably like more of a reinforced plastic, so that's good to see. Just be careful not to overdo the screws. It is extremely easy to sort of over thread the screws on this one, so just be careful if you are used to the normal tapping screws. What else have we done? As you would have seen there in the build, you can't just put any old brushless system in there, so I had to go back to that brushed BZ motor because the hobby wing motor does not fit in the rear housing. The servo, we've put that in there. The low profile, you definitely need one of those. And I'm definitely glad that I've ordered the aluminium servo upgrade because the plastic mounts, there's a lot of flex in there. So definitely that looks like an upgrade that everybody should be doing. So super smooth. I did put some spacers in the rear shocks, and I've put some different DTO2 springs in there as well that are a little bit harder. I didn't build it with the hard oil that the kit comes with. I did build the shocks as per the kit, and they were just like rock solid, so that's why I made those changes. Plus it looks a bit nicer too, probably having a bit of a blue pop, which would hopefully match somewhat back in with the box art. So let's move on to the next stage. It'll just be building the front end of the car. So it's going to be pretty similar to the rear, I would imagine. But so we'll just do some quick build montage pictures for that. And then I will see you when we wrap it all up. But if there's anything along the way that sort of stands out, I will definitely do some voiceovers and let you know. So let's get cracking. Okay, step 21, we're getting the front gearbox cover ready. We're getting some of the front gears ready, building the front ball diff, very much the same as the rear, and then it all comes together. And again, beautifully smooth. Very, very happy with how this one's coming together. So we've got all of the electrics in. Let's go have a quick little test run out on the driveway and see how nice this car really drives. So we're just going to pair it up with a nickel metal hydride just for a quick run, nothing special. Okay, so that's the build complete, steps 21 right through to 31, I believe. It comes together absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is it like anything else that you've seen or built? I've had a few people sort of say that it looks very XVO1 or TCO1 in many ways. I think it's absolutely fantastic. A lot of people sort of worried about that battery mechanism, accessing the battery and lifting those front shocks up. I'll pop some pictures over here of that, sort of how that works. I haven't found it to be too much of an issue. Couple of screws, and I don't see it impacting on the quality or stripping anything out having to do that, to be honest. So you will notice that I have chosen to use some different wheels. These are VQS or Vanquish style of wheels, but still with the square spike tyres. They fit on there perfectly. Now, if you are going to change to either the Vanquish VQS or the Egress style of wheel, you will have to put 6mm hex adapters on. On the front, you get the slightest of little bit of rubbing, but a 6mm hex adapters fixes that fine. So onto the body now. I'm going to do the body off camera. I'll come back once it's all finished. I'll show you the finished product. I've got a few different things in mind. I think if we look at the box over here, the wing is clear. Now I'm thinking that it may get a little bit lost on the car, so we'll see what we come up with, and I'll bring you the finished product very, very soon. So let's flick over, have a quick look of the car with the body done, then I'll come back and wrap up with my final impressions of the build. Okay, so that is a wrap on the Tamiya Super Avante TD4. It's an absolutely fantastic looking buggy. I'm absolutely stoked that I got one. I paid that little bit extra to make sure I did get one. Now, there's probably a lot of people out there that have been giving this a bit of a negative rap. Yes, it's not the prettiest body. I think that sort of without the mud guards and with the different wheels on there, I think it's come up quite nice. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As you would have known that I did something different with the wing. I painted the center section yellow and the outside blue, added the sort of normal box art decals. The rest of the car, I went box art. I don't think you can go past the blue and the yellow. They work really, really nicely. You would have noticed there with the driver figure, I did that box art as well. I painted that roll cage behind him in the silver as well, just to sort of set that off a little bit. All in all, fantastic build. Can't wait to actually get it out and do a proper run. That little run that I did earlier in the video was just on a nickel metal hydride battery, nothing special, filming with one hand and driving with the other. Now, it'll be interesting to see what other hop-ups do come out for this car. When you are building it, you assemble this whole rear section here, which looks like it should hold and support a rear sway bar. Now, that's obviously either something coming on this car or something we may see on the TD2, which will share a pretty similar platform. So that's it for today's video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you know when we've got some more videos coming up. Or you can click some of the videos that are around me at the moment. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.